guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm going to do some resin coasters for you today, and I'm going to use this resin, Stonecoat Countertops Heat Resistant one. So I've got the art one as well, but let's try the heat resistant one. I can't remember if it makes good striations or not, so I'm going to have a little play with it today. And I've chosen these colours. It's like a really dark purple. It's called Royal Purple by Artisue, that one. And then this one is like a bronzy colour. It's called Red Bronze. And then for my lighter one, this one. It's by Pixie Dust, and it's called Pink Pearl. So those are my colours. You like those? I think they look pretty good. I'll put them over here. So the darkest one on the outside, then the lighter one, and then the lightest one on the inside. I've got them mixed up already. Just to save on some time, I put 2 heaped scoops on my little stick of each colour. That's that one. Really pretty. I have no idea how these colours are going to go together, but I thought, oh, I'm just going to work outside my comfort zone, outside the box, with something a little bit different. Now I've also got this crushed glass that I made. Just dropped something in there. Yeah, I made these ones. It's just like it's a rose gold colour. You can check out my video on how to make different coloured crushed rock if you're interested. I did do a video on that. Let's get that out with a piece of masking tape. You don't want to put anything wet in your mold, like to wash it, because then the resin, it doesn't like water or any liquids, so don't put anything wet in there. Use a piece of masking tape rather. Right, let's get to this. I've made up, I did 200 grams of part A, and then 180 grams of part B. This is the lighter one in weight. I weigh them. Well, I know how much they are in volume and how much they weigh, because 200 mils does not weigh 200 grams. So just be aware of that. Righto, let's get started, shall we? I'm going to put the dark purple around the outside first. And I'm just going to pinch my little paper cup. I like using these because I can pinch them, you see. This is a 4-ounce little cup, which is 120 grams. And you can see it's a thicker resin than what I normally use, just by the way it's kind of pouring out. The one I usually use is much thinner, and it doesn't do those kind of ribbons like that, like the thicker ones do. I've got a board under here. I've got my pop sticks underneath because I know that my table is not level. And that's because I'm pouring in my garage. I took over the garage. So, you know, when they pour a slab for a garage, obviously the slope runs down to the garage door, doesn't it, to outside. So I know that my table is sloping that way. I don't think I'll use... I won't use all of it. I'll just make sure that everybody's got the same amount in. You don't have to use it all just because you've made it up. I'm just going to push that into all my little crevices there. This is one of the molds I made. It's got the rock edges. So I just need to get into those little crevices. And I think I'll just push my little stick in like that, actually, just to... I don't know, try and release some of the bubbles. This resin is a really thick, bubbly resin. I guess it's because they use it on countertops. But I'm going to see how it goes in a coaster mold. I've got my baby wipe. I'll just wipe that little bit off. Right, now the next thing I want to do is, you've got more in you. Next thing I want to do, actually, it's, no, I won't torch because I've got a bare mold there. I'm going to put just a little bit of clear next to the purple, just to make a little border for the next colour. I think the clear just helps you get those striations, so a little bit of clear next to the purple hopefully will help with the striations. Got some left there. All right, well, these are filling up really quickly. Probably made up too much resin. Rightio, now this one, isn't that gorgeous? If this works, then I'll maybe paint the edges with copper, because I haven't done one with copper for a long time, have I? Now I'm going to start with my little puddle. Put a puddle in the middle, and that should go out to the edges. Push those other colours out as well, and then resin always wants to come from the outside in, so hopefully it'll go out and then come back in again. I think you need a little bit more of that colour. The others are spread right out to the outside with the bronzy colour, so I'll just put a bit more on these two so that they spread out as well. Okay, that's you done. Put that empty one on a piece of paper towel. Right, how's that looking? I just want to make sure that that's touching the purple so that they're all the same. Now, the next thing I want to do, I haven't got too much purple on there. I normally put a little thin amount, but it was really hard to pour. I should go back to my, what do you call it? The little piping bags to put the edges on, but we'll see. See what happens. Right, now the next one is this pale sort of pinky gold colour. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to torch. Forgot to torch. I think maybe I've made up too much resin. What do you think? Let's do a little bit on the heart as well, just because I've got some left. Might as well be a cute little keychain or a little pendant. It's just a little bonus, really. I'm not going to put the clear in. I haven't got enough room. Just going to put a bit of that in. Still got some there. You see, I didn't scrape my little cup out, so I've still got some left. And then let's do a little bit of this one as well. Beautiful. Right, now I want to pour my clear in. I'll just fill this up a little bit more. Clean up as I go. Pour some more clear in. Oh, I need to torch. I need to torch. It's going to be very bubbly. It's a very thick bubbly resin, as I said. Yeah. Hopefully it'll... The bubbles are coming to the surface, so that's good. Like I can see them all popping there. And I'll torch a few times. Real quick. Don't stay in one area for too long because you'll melt your mould. Just really, really quick. Quick. Okay. Oh, we're starting to get some effects already, but yeah, lots of purple. Right, here we go. Now I'm going to do a puddle of the clear in the center. Now don't fill your cup up too much. Otherwise it drips down the side instead of pouring out the spout. Right in the middle. Catch your drips. Make sure you don't drip onto the side anywhere, because it'll spoil your design if you drip onto the side where you're not supposed to. Just wipe my hands. Okay, a little bit in here. Purple and orange usually go well together, don't they? I think there's one of those colour schemes that work well together, purple and orange. someone's just pulled up in the driveway. I think it's my parents. They said they were popping over this afternoon. They didn't tell me what time, they just said this afternoon, so I guess my dogs are going to bark. Unless it's a courier. It could be a courier. I hear music. My dad's not really a music person for having the car. I don't know who it is. Somebody out there. All right, now I want to put in a little bit more clear. I want to make a space there so that I can put my stone in. So let's just see if we can put a little bit more clear in without overfilling everything. Because you know how I do like to have my clear centers. Catch the drips. Oops. Oh, see, I've spilt in there. So I'm said to you, don't do that, and then I did it. Okay, the car's going. It must have just been the courier. Hopefully that will be all right. You really have to, you know, wipe the side of your cup after each use, really, so that you don't get drips going in there, because it kind of spoils your design if you get that. All right, let's torch again. So I see more bubbles on the surface. That little heart could do with a little bit more clear as well. Just a little bit. I still need to leave some room for my crushed rock. Yeah, I don't know about the colour scheme, you guys. But look, I wanted to try something different. You know, I always do blues. I wanted to see how these went. I wonder if it's going to come over the top and cover up my centre like it does on the thinner resins. So that's why I thought maybe the thicker resin, it might not do that because it's not so flowy. Oh, look over here. Look what it's doing. This is normally what happens. The colour from the middle goes down and up and around through the top. You can see the purple's coming in, and you can see a little bit of that orangey colour poking through. I'm just going to get a spoon. I think it'll be easier than trying to pick that up with the stick. These little tiny spoons are really cute. I'll just put a spoonful in the middle. Actually, no, on hindsight, probably would have been better having like a purple in there, but doesn't matter. Right, let's just put that in the center. I just kept it nice and thick. I didn't put too much resin in with the stone. It's really quite thick. Oops, you're pretty full. You could do with a little bit more because the spoon wasn't that full. Now I do need to poke that stone down. You can't really have any more. You're pretty full. Right, that'll do. Like I said, you don't have to use it all just because you've got it. Let's just poke that a bit. Okay, now I'm just going to put a little bit of clear over the top just to bring it back up to the right height and just cover those stones. Make sure everything is poking down. Okay, wipe my cup. Another torch. Oh, I forgot my star. I forgot my little heart in the middle. I haven't got any stones in there. Just as well I've got some left. It's a few left. There we go. Probably not going to see them anyway. It's all going to get covered over. I really actually don't like having to do the 2 coats. You know that, don't you? But it's just, I always get to this stage and I think, oh, I wish I'd done two layers. That way my center wouldn't get filled in. But in saying that, it hasn't covered it over yet. So maybe the thicker resin will be better for that. I'm just going to push my luck and put a little bit more in each. We'll see whether this stone coat actually domes, as in, you know, curves on the very edge of the coaster, because I like it when it does that, because then I don't have any sanding to do. See how that's running down there? You need to catch that. Wipe it off before you go to your next one so it doesn't drip. Okay. My little heart's full. I think they're all full. I can't fit any more in. Still got some clear resin. Wish my new pyramid mold would arrive that I ordered. And I can start using up some of my leftover resin again. It's funny, some resins, instead of doing like, I think there's different types of striations. Because when I use the Delcam, it gives me this furry look, which is what this one seems to be doing as well. They like straight striations. On some of the other resins, where can I show you one? Oh, it's in the other room. The striations are more like spider web looking. So I don't know, it must have something to do with the actual resin itself, I think. The type of striation you get. Let me just get this glove off and I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. Should better get that one off as well because that one's got resin on it. I want to get resin on my phone. Alright, here we go. Let's go down and have a little peek. Now I'm going to show you across the top. Actually, if I do it, move that out of the way. I do it here where the window is, in front of the window. I'll move everything out of the way. Okay. Now you can see what I mean about the doming? See how the resin is making that little dome or mound at the edge of the coaster mold? So you have to make sure that your resin, well, your table is really, really level. So don't be afraid to put pop sticks under it. Even though your little level might say the bubble's in the right spot, it's not that accurate by eye. Let the resin tell you which way your table needs to be lifted. Yeah, I don't know about these colours, you guys. Oh, look, you know, I wanted to try something different, but who knows? Probably should stick with the colours that I know works. I don't really like how it pulls in a little bit on the edges there, but look, we'll wait and see what happens. It's early days yet. This Stonecoat resin takes a long time to set up, so it's still going to keep changing for quite a while yet. So hopefully it will look good, because at the moment it doesn't look all that wonderful, does it? I don't know what I was thinking, purple and orange. Anyway, I might come back in about an hour or so and see what it's doing. Otherwise I'll just see you for the demolding in the morning. But so far I can still see my rock. Like it hasn't totally covered over like it does with some of the other resins. So we'll see what happens, hey? Keen to see how it's going to work. All right, I will see you shortly. Hey guys, it's the next day. I'll just take that little container away. It's just a plastic container. They're great for covering your resins. Right, let's have a look. I'm still really unsure about the colours, but look, I don't know. Maybe someone will like them. Let's get them out anyway and see how they've dried. So nothing to sand because, you know, I've taken them right up to the very top there, so there's no little lip to sand, which is good, because I don't like sanding resin. Now, let me know what you think of the colours. I know they're a bit strange. I thought they'd work better than they did. Now, you know, when I left you, I said that the striations were just looking like fur, and some of the other resins give more of a spider webby look. But you can see that this one's actually, oops, glare. You can see that it's actually doing the little spider webby thing. How they're not just straight, they've got those other little patterns in them. I don't know how you would describe them, but that's what I think they look like. And it's a bit transparent in the middle still, like it hasn't totally covered. My other resins, the thinner ones, they float over the top and they cover that, but this one hasn't done it, so that's really good. And look at the top. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Look at that. Perfect. Not a mark on it. Yay! So many times you come back and there's like this stray hair. Now let's see if we can actually see the rock edges. No, doesn't know what to focus on. But let's have a look at the back. Yeah, that's usually how the back looks. You get the darker ring and then you just get this blob of colour. I guess because the resin's not floating over itself as it is on the top, so you do get much more of an effect on the top. So that's that one. This one here I overflowed. There's a little bit hanging over there, so I'll have to trim that off. Let go. Let go. Okay, I'll just trim that off. Hang on, one sec. Got it. Okay, so there's that one. You can kind of see a little bit of that sort of creamy colour that I put in there. But look, these are just, you know, they're not a good colour choice, I don't think. I thought they would work. I think what I'll do is I'm going to coat them with the edges with this copper leafing pen, Krylon. And I'll see what that looks like. So let's get the rest of them out. Pop out nice and easily. Still a little bit bendy. I guess that's the one thing I don't really like about the Stonecoat, is that it is still bendy the next day. This has got some really nice striations though. And I've got a couple of little bits of crushed glass poking through. Look at that. So, I mean, if you were particularly worried about it, you could, you know, give it a bit of a sand and another light coating, another thin coating of resin. But yeah, I'm not going to be selling them or anything. It was just an experiment. I do prefer this one, I guess, to that one, just the composition wise. I think this one, maybe it had more purple around the edge. And that's one. Let's get you all out. Come out and play. Oops, I had a bit of an overflow there as well. I'll just have to trim that. I'll do that in a minute. Let's get the heart out. And if you've got something that's got a little hole like that, I like to get the back of a skewer and just push on it as I'm pulling, just to loosen it, because you'd hate for it to tear off, wouldn't you? That would be awful. So that's it there. Little heart. Oh dear, I don't know what I'll do with that. Yeah, not really my colours. All right, I'm going to just trim that off. But let's have a little look and see what it looks like with some copper on the edges, shall we? I have to move this out of the way for a sec so that we can focus. I think it'll look quite nice with the copper, don't you think so? Just do a little bit, and then I'll do the rim around the top there, and we'll just see how they look all the way around. Really, really easy with these pens. I like the Krylon, and I like the Deco colour, which is really nice. The Deco colour for me in Australia is cheaper than the Krylon. The Krylon's about $24 each. The Deco, I think they're about 12 or 14, something like that. So much more affordable. So that's it there. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just want to see what it looks like with the top done. I'll just run that along the top with my pen half on and half off, just so that I don't make the line too thick. So I don't like having too thick. Goes pretty fast. I mean, you could use a paintbrush if you wanted to. I find the hairs, it's like stray hairs, and you get little lines and things. I think it's just easier with the pen. You just have to keep shaking it. I haven't got my lights on in here today. I thought maybe it was a bit glary if I had all my lights on. My spotlight. Okay, so there we go. See, it's as quick as that. And you can see it's just, there we go. Picks up that little bit of shine around the edge there. See, pretty, huh? It says better with the copper. So anyway, I'm going to do all those, and I'll set it up for a photo shoot outside and show you the finished result. Do you like my rock edges? Do they look natural? Better than just straight, isn't it? Or do you prefer just straight? Let me know. Do you like rock edges like that? Well, I call them my rocky edges that I make. All right, I will see you real soon. Thanks for watching, guys.